Okay, so let me explain how the process works, and then I'll guide you guys through the questions. Okay, so this is our first question. The variables x and y are connected by the equation y is equal to x squared plus 2x plus 2. Some values of x and the corresponding values of y are given in the table. So you have your table, okay, this one. Okay, so after this, we need to calculate the value of p, that's for letter A. And then for letter B, we need to draw the graph now of this equation using these points. And then for letter C, there are follow-up questions that you need to refer from your graph. Okay, but there's another way of answering questions from letter C without using your graph, because sometimes our graph is not very accurate up to the nearest millimeter. So there's another way of answering the questions from letter C. Okay, so let's start with letter A. Now, for letter A, given the table and the equation, which is this one, how do we calculate the value of P? So we basically use the given equation, which is y equals x squared plus 2x plus 2, right? And then if you're looking for P, your x value is -3. Therefore, you just plug in -3 to this axis. Okay, so it becomes y is equal to um, -3 squared plus 2 times -3 plus 2. So what is your y value, or in this case, what is your p? P is 5, right? Or y is 5. So that's your answer for uh, for letter A. Okay, that's for letter A. All right, Secto, do you have any question with letter A?
Wait, so P is -3, right?
Oh no,
Wait.
x is -3.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, p is the value of y. Okay, so basically, Tristan, you just need to substitute in the values of -3. Just replace this axis, and then that's it. Okay, so that's letter A. Now, so this is now 5. So we have completed our table. Now for letter B, since we have completed our table, we will now graph this equation here using this points. Okay, so please listen carefully as we graph these points. So I have prepared this on my slides, and then I have here my prepared Cartesian plane, my x and y. Okay, so this is my x-axis, and this is my y-axis. Now let's graph the following points. Okay, so we have -3 and 5, so it's here. Okay, and then
Do we draw the line now?
yeah, no, it's not a line. It's a curve. Okay, so the first point, this one, -3 and 5 is over here. Okay, and then the next one is -2 and 2, so it's basically right here. Okay, hope you guys are following this one. And then the second or the third one is -1 and 1. So -1 and 1 is over here. Okay, it's over right here. And then next is 0 and 2, or 0, 2. So 0, 2. So this one, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so 0, 2 is over here. And the next is 1, 5. X is 1, y is 5. So it's over here. Okay. And then next is 2, 10. X is 2, y is 10. So it's over here. Okay. So it's here. And then lastly, the last point is 3 and 17. Okay. So 3 is x is 3, y is 17. So it's over here. Okay. So there you go. Okay, so it's over here at the top. Okay, so what do we need to do next? As you can see, class, it's not a straight line anymore. It's a curve. Okay, so you just trace the curve, and then that's it. That's your graph for this question. Okay. Okay. Wait. What happened?
Yeah, the curve thing.
Okay. So you just try to smoothly trace the points that you made. Okay. There you go. Okay. So that's your curve right there. Now it's very similar with the one on the book. It's just that my graph here is a bit narrower compared to the one on the book. Okay. Okay, but the points are correct. The curve or the graph is correct. So this is your answer for letter B. So you have successfully graphed the given quadratic equation. Okay. Now, class, let me ask you one question. Okay, where do you think is the minimum point? Where's the minimum point? What's the coordinates of your minimum point? Just one quick question.
What was the
Anyone?
question again?
Where is your minimum point?
Um,
I think I
on the
know.
bottom,
Uh,
in one, -1.
-1 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is your minimum point, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this is your minimum
Right.
point. Okay. This is your minimum point. The minimum point is at -1 and
-1, 1.
okay, very good. That's it. Okay. Now let's go to letter C. Since we have our graph, we can now answer some questions from letter C. Now, from letter C, it's asking us to use our graph to find some questions, some follow-up questions. So let me copy this one. Okay. So to answer a letter C, so these are the questions from letter C. Can you guys see? I think it's very small. Okay, wait, let me precise this. Okay, so that's I think that's better. Okay. Now for letter C, we need to use our graph to find the values of y when x is 2.3. Okay, so when x is 2.3, it should be over here, right? Okay, now, as you can see, class, my answer here won't be very precise because unlike the one in the book, I don't have the small squares. Okay, that will help me, right? Now, if that's the case, if that's the case, you should go back to the given equation. What was the given equation again? It is y. Let me write it again. It is y equals x squared plus 2x plus 2. Okay, this one is the given equation. Now, if x is 2.3, what should we do with this to get the value of y? So basically, we just plug in the value of 2.3 to this.
2.3.
Yeah, just that. So it's just
Wait,
equal to
decimal
y.
works?
Yes, of course. So this is 2.3 squared plus 2 times 2.3
Mm-hmm.
and then plus 2.
2.
So you just use your calculator for this. It's allowed, of course. So y is equal, uh, okay, okay, let me use my calculator. So 2.3 squared plus 2 times 2.3
How do I
plus 2.
make a school? Oh, never mind.
Okay, so your answer is 11.89, or you can approximate that to the nearest whole number, which is 12. That's it. That's your answer for Roman number 1 for letter C. Do you have
But
any
then,
question,
but
class?
then in the calculator, it's 11.89.
Yeah, so this one is just an approximation. Do you remember
Okay.
your estimation?
Oh, okay.
All right, so that's why I use this wavy equal sign. Okay. Either way, these two are both correct. If you give me 11.89, that's correct. If you give me 12, that's also correct. Okay. So let's have number 2. So for number 2, the values of x. Now, class, be particular with this kind of questions. Look, the values, there's an S. That means you have two values of x, right? So using the equation again, so y is equal to x squared plus 2x plus 2. Y is equal to, okay, y is equal to 3. Sorry for that. Okay, so we need to find the values of x when y is equal to 3. So what do? Y becomes 3, right?
Yeah.
Equals, and then, now this one, we need to do some factorization. Okay, so x squared plus 2x plus 2. Now, we cannot be, our quadratic equation cannot be equal to 3. So what should we do with 3? Okay, so we empty this side, put it on the right side. So this is now equals to 0. So this is now 0 equals x squared plus
Plus
2x
2x plus
minus
minus
3. Okay, so it now became minus 3. So let me simplify this further. So this is now x squared plus 2x. What is 2 minus 3? It's negative
negative
1.
1.
All right, so next, how do we factorize this? What are the factors of negative 1 that when we add them, it's positive 2?
Plus 1. Plus 1.
Hmm.
Like the factors of 1, right? Two, or factors of 2. Which one?
Okay, wait for this one. All right, so this one is not answerable by this. Okay. Class, what kind of calculator are you using? Are you using the one that?
I can use one in my computer. I can use one. I have like a physical calculator.
Okay. Okay. Because this one, we cannot factorize this using the guess and check. Okay, because this one is a special case, and you haven't learned the quadratic formula, right? So, okay. So for this number 2, okay. So let's just go back to our graph, even though it won't be very precise. Okay, so let's go with number 2. When y is 3, okay. So this is 3, right? This one. Let me draw a straight line intersecting 3. Okay, so this one. This is y is equal to 3. Okay. Okay, there you go. You see that? You see this red line? This is y is equal to 3. Okay. Let me finish this. Y is equal to 3. Okay. Now, if y is equal to 3, at which points did this line intersected the graph? So it intersected here and
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
Now, okay. Now you can just refer from your book on page 134. Okay. So these 2 points here. Okay. So this one and this one are your answers. So this is negative 2.4, and this is 0.4. Okay, 0.4. We can little bit approximate this. Okay, this one, and then this one is, let's say it's here. Okay. So, but basically then, x is equal to negative 2.4 and 0.4. Okay. Okay, so for number 2, we cannot solve our way to our to our answers. So for number 2, we need to refer from our graph. Okay, unlike number 1. Okay, actually we can solve our way, but you haven't learned some some advanced ways on how to solve quadratic equations. Okay, so for this one, for this time, you just refer from your graph. Okay, that's for question number 2. Now, lastly, question number 3. It's just asking for the minimum point. So the minimum value of y and the value of x at which this occurs. So I asked you already about this. So for number 3, it's just asking for the minimum, okay, minimum point. Okay, so the minimum point again is at -1
Negative
and
1.
1. Okay, so you answered this already. Okay, so that's your answer for this. So this is your minimum point over here. It's the turning point of the curve. So class, do you have any question about drawing the graph of a quadratic equation? Hmm? Sec 2, do you have any specific questions before we go to another example? By the way, my next
No.
example, okay, that will be my last example today. Okay, so okay, this time, a here is a negative. Okay, now you can turn your books on page 135. Okay, my a here is a -1. So that means that if the value of a is negative, that means your graph is opening downwards. Unlike this, okay, unlike our example here, our a is positive, right? So that's why our graph is opening upwards. Okay, now let's have our last example for today. Okay, so the variables x and y are connected by the equation y is equal to 3 plus 2x minus x squared. Some values of x and the corresponding values of y are given in this table. Okay. Okay, so our table is complete. So it's not asking for a missing value or point, right? So right away on letter A, we need to graph this table here from -3 until +5. That means that your x-axis should have numbers starting from -3 up to +5.
5.
Those are the ends of your, uh, okay, so just like this. See this? Okay, so it starts from -3 until +5. And then your y values, okay, okay, so your y values refer from the y values here. So look at your y values. Starts from -12 and it goes back to -12. Why is that so? Because it's like, sorry, it's like that. Okay, so this two will be -12 and -12. Okay, anyway, so your highest value for y is what? 4, and then the lowest is -12. Okay, so let's graph this now. Okay, let me copy this part here. Okay, so let's graph this here. Okay, so please listen carefully as we graph again. Okay, the first one is -3 and -12. Okay, so it's over here. It's below here. Okay, you guys can see it. So -3 and -12. Next point is -2 and -5. So -2, -5. It's over here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next, it's -1 and 0. So where's -1? And then here's 0. That means that this is
It's
your, yeah.
yeah.
It's on, yeah, it's on the line here. Okay. Next,
3.
0 and
Positive
3.
3.
All right. So 0 and 3. So it's supposed to be right here. Okay. Here.
3.
This is 3, right? Okay. So
Yeah.
this is right. Okay. And the next point is 1 and 4. 1, 4. So this is 1. This is 4. So this one.
Oh, okay.
So it's over here. Okay. Next is 2 and 3. So this is 2. This is 3. Okay. So this is where your point is. Okay. So there you go. There's your point. Next, we're almost there. 3 and 0. So this is 3. and then this is 0, so that means your point is over here.
Okay.
Okay, it's on the line, and then last 2 points, it's 4, -5. So you have 4, you have -5 here. So there you go. This is where your point is.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so this is, and then lastly, we have 5 and -12. So we have 5 and -12. So it's like that. So this is where your point is. Okay. Okay. So look at this. These two are in one line. Okay. All right. So what's the next step? So the next step is to carefully trace the line or the curve. By the way, class, never ever do this. Okay, because I had students before who were like, tracing, like they're doing like this. Okay, which is wrong. Okay, don't create straight lines. It's a curve, class.
Wait, I
Okay,
never
so
seen anyone did that. I never seen anyone do that.
I had before it make like they made something like that. Okay, so I told them it's a curve. It's not a connect the dots activity. Okay, so basically you need to draw. You try to use a pencil. Okay,
They use pencil. I don't use
yeah,
pen.
to draw your graph. Okay, so there's my curve. Okay, so that's it. That's letter A. Okay, yeah. So I know my graph is not that perfect. Wait, let me try to do it one more time. A. Okay, wait, one more. Okay. Okay, there you go. At least. Okay, it will do for now. Okay, so let's answer the following questions. Right. So for letter B, use your graph. Um, okay, so that's it. So letter B, use your graph to find the value of y when x is -1.9 and the maximum value of y. Okay, so let me copy this part. Okay, let me copy B and C. Okay, so let's answer it here. Okay, so for letter B, use your graph to find the value of y when x is -1.9. So basically, class, we look at -1.9 on the x-axis. So if this is -1, this is -2, right? So this is 0.5. So that means -1.9 will put us in a position closest to -2. Okay, so this is, let's say this is 1.9. So I'm just approximating. So it's over there. Okay. So our answer is around -4.4. Okay. So because it's here. Okay. So let's try. Okay. So I think this is, yeah, this is -4.4 because this is 0.5, right? So yeah. So our answer is -4.4. Okay. So that's for letter B. Number 1, when x is -1.9, y is equal to -4.4. So that's your answer. Again, so you try to approximate. Okay, if you're using the millimeter block, it's way better because it has those small lines.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so this is -1.9, and then this just trace until it intersects the curve at this point, and then looking at the y-axis, so it's here. It's -4.4. Okay, and then number 2. So for number 2, it's just asking for the maximum value of y. What do you think is the maximum value of y in this curve? Hmm? Anyone? Sec 2?
Uh,
Maximum, the highest.
oh,
Highest
it's
value of what?
4.
Okay, so that's it. Okay, that's it. So the highest value of y is 4. Okay,
4.
so that's it. So it's basically asking for the maximum point. Maximum point is at 1 and 4. Okay, so your answer is 4. Now, for letter C, it's asking for the line of symmetry. So what is the line of symmetry? Okay, the line of symmetry again is a straight line, straight vertical line that intersects our maximum point and divides the graph into two equal parts. So what do you think? What is the equation of the line of symmetry? Okay,
Line symmetry.
x is equal to what?
1
X
point
is
not. Wait.
it's exactly here, right? So x is
4.
equal to, oh, this is 1. Okay.
What's 1? I thought it was 4.
Yeah. Okay, so x is equal to 1. That's it. That's for this example. Okay,